Schools Rugby League.
We are in the day 2 of this Dialog Schools Rugby League, and today we are at the iconic Nittawela Rugby Stadium, which is having a warm welcome to Schools Rugby after a halt of 1 year. And the game that we have in our hands is St. Anthony's College Kandy, the home team, taking on Science College. And here we are, moments away from the kickoff of the warm welcome of Schools Rugby to Nittawela. St. Anthony's will be starting proceedings with the kickoff, and the referee looks at his watch and he calls it, and here we go. The opening game from Nittawela of the Dialog Schools Rugby League. A deep kick from the Antonian, and Science with possession.
That's the first penalty of the game for the Antonians. This is a very good field position for Anthony's. It was a really good kick from the fly half. Omita Disanayaka, he gave it plenty of distance, and the Antonians have gone for touch. So it will be a line out in favor of them inside the 5 meters. Here's a really good opportunity for the Antonians to score their first points, because the last time around their forwards were really good at doing this, taking the ball, and this is Tisara Galangage with the first line out.
Well, Tisara Galangage has been a revelation for the Antonians in the line-out throws last year, and it was a clean line-out throw against St. Anthony's with the opportunity forming that rolling maul, heading slowly towards the try line. They have been brought down. A brilliant opportunity for them early on in the game. Here's St. Anthony's looking for that first Amana Bank try of the game, and that is the first Amana Bank try of the game. What a start for the home team coming.
Yes, that is Ravindu wearing that number 12 jersey. A good running angle from him. He straightened the line. He had plenty of power, and he went right over that onto the post, and this is Omita Disanayaka who will be putting in the conversion, and the conversion is good as well, and the first 7 points comes in to Anthony's in favor of Ravindu Velagedura. Good start by the Antonians. This is what they wanted.
St. Anthony's with an early lead in this game, 7-0. We are well into the 3rd minute of the game. Here's Ravindu Velagedura getting on the ball and collecting it cleanly, and St. Anthony's with some momentum.
Was a lovely kick from Oshada Pereira from Science. Here's Oshan playing as the fly half rather, gives it out to Omita Disanayaka, who puts the ball to boot, and collected by Science finally. Decides to run by themselves, but gives the pass out, kicks it out on not on the full, numbers on the outside, a cut out pass, knocks back, he takes the ball into contact. A pod just outside the 50 meters. Anthony's still inside their own position. Interesting to see if they will go for the boot. Oshan Gunratna with the box kick. Knocked on by Science, and goes for touch. Hence it will be a very good gain in position for the Antonians, and it will be a scrum in favor of them.
Absolutely, the Antonians have created so much momentum in early on in this game, and it seems as if though it'll be hard work for Science unless they get things in order. St. Anthony is having a scrum in their favor, or rather line out throw in their favor, and Tisara Galangage, as I said before, has been a revelation with regards to the line out throws for the Antonians last season. They were a bit dodgy early on in the season, but since Tisara Galangage has been introduced, he has been so good with the line-out throws, and Here he is, the commentator's curse, I would say, but luckily for the Antonians, they have the ball, but the referee points it back and awards it to Science. So yes, commentator's curse coming into play there. I was just talking about this Ragalange being a revelation for the Antonians, but luckily for the Science players, they get a scrum in their favor.
As the ball was knocked on very lethargically by the Antonians, and the line out throw was a little too far. It was a 5-man line out, hence they tried that 6 lifting side, but did not manage to do so. And Science now need to kick this out and gain some position. Here's Omita Disanayaka under the high ball, collects it, steps past one good counter from Science, but the Antonians managed to remain it. Here's another box kick from Oshan Gunaratna, not managing to collect it this time as well. A very good tackle coming in from the Antonians, and Science, very lucky, gets out of jail, but the danger not over. Disanayaka to Pille. Pille gives it out wide to the number 14. That's Minu Jaherat, who knocks it on, but Science decides to play. Here's the Science counter attack coming in. But the referee, Kalam Sandurwan, will go back to the play where the infringement occurred in favor of Science. They gained at least 25 meters there. I initially thought the referee would have called advantage over, but did not do so. Hence, Science inside the own half have another scrum, and all they have been doing so far in the first 7 minutes is been defending.
Well, a lucky break for Science. It seemed as if those St. Anthony's were going for all money with that move. Unfortunately for them, they just couldn't get the final touches, collect the ball cleanly. Here's a clearance coming from the Science, number 15, Kalpa Lakmina, and
that's a brilliant kick from Kalpa Lakshita. He knew there was no sweeper back there. The fullback was right down the middle as well. Hence, it was a really good kick. Not the 50-22, but did manage to get around 40 to 50 meters with that kick.
Absolutely, here's an opportunity for Science to get out of jail, find a way to score the opening try, and or create an opportunity. Leads St. Anthony's into conceding a penalty, and from there on they can work. They just need to get some points on the board to keep this momentum away from St. Anthony's. So here's it is a big set play for the Science players, and that was a clean scrum. They are rolling through, and they've lost the ball. Unfortunate again. St. Anthony's, Tisaragalange with the ball brought down by the Science player.
It's not a side we often see from Science. They opt for that rolling maul, and here's letting the ball bounce. Good chase by Nittawela Gedara, but Science somehow do manage to keep possession of the ball. Here's them knocking the ball on yet again, but the referee gives it to the Science side. There might have been a hand in favor of the Antonians. Here's Disanayaka yet again, another lovely high-hanging kick. Doesn't manage to find touch, but knocks the ball on. Advantage in favor of Science. And the referee brings it back and awards Science with another scrum.
Well, yesterday we saw end-to-end action from Vidyat and Josephs, and today it has been end-to-end errors from both the teams. Coming there, St. Anthony's broke the scoreline early on in the game, making a try, but since then they've been in the back foot, losing possession at extra points. So it's an open game so far.
The Antonians really had a good couple of attacks in this first 10 minutes. Science, all they have been doing is defending, They've kicked it out. They've been pin backed into their own half as well. And the third scrum in favor of them. Methuka Edirsinga, the scrum half, wearing the number 22 jersey for Science to feed in the ball. Here's Science. Good defense from the Antonians. They are rushing it up. They are going with this rush defense. Their kicks have been chased down, but the Science still inside their own 22. They need to kick this out, get out of jail. And there again, Omita Disanayaka with a kick that does not go out, keeps the play in play. And the Antonians, here's a kick by them, collected by the number 7, the flanker. He decides to run. Steps, takes the ball into contact. And there the referee wanting to have a word with the Antonians. Here another penalty. Wonder what they will do from here. 3 points is the easy option here, but the courageous thing to do is kick it out, form that rolling maul, and that is how they scored their first try, and that is exactly what Oshan Gunaratne is trying to do as well. That's a lovely kick right in the 5 meters of the Science.
Numbers. How much 8 man.
They've been quite good in the recent past with the line of things, and again, Sivagalanga has an opportunity.
They opt for the third spot. Pillay knocks it on. The Antonians give it out yet again. Science are really lucky to not have conceded. Here's Sasita with the kick. Doesn't go out on the full as well. The ball has been knocked on. Advantage wasn't being played in favor of Science. Hence the scrum. Yet again another scrum. And this is about the 5th scrum in just 12 minutes. This has been a stop-start affair. Science do need to get the act right on. The Antonians need to pressure as well. The Antonians are playing with a really good rush defense. Hence it is putting the Science kickers under a huge pressure.
The Science kicker couldn't get enough elevation and meters with that kick, and Rakesh Pillai chases it down, but Science finds a way to keep hold of the ball. All they have to do is get out of jail now, but they opt to go with their big forwards. They're still in their own half.
Here's Sasita with another kick. This time he spots space, but straight down the throat of the fullback, the Antonian fullback. Here's the grabber collected by the Science scrum half. He's been well dealt with. Science still have possession with themselves, but it really is inside their own half. Good work coming in from the Antonian defense, trying to hold him up. Another run down the middle by the number 3. I think it was Surya. The Antonians under putting a lot of pressure. Here's the fullback yet again. Now he tries to run. Here's the scrum half. Oshan Gunaratne puts the ball to boot, and it'll be a goal line dropout. The referee will have a word with his AR because Oshan Gunaratne, I thought there was a shoulder coming in from Science. This might even be a yellow. I don't think Oshan had the pace to chase that kick, but Science did put in a shoulder.
Exactly, and it certainly looked as if a late charge was coming in from the Science player. Interesting to see what the call from the referee will be. He's going to have a word with the Science player, Science captain. Does he bring out the card? Yes, he will. Early loss for Science with 7-0 down. This is an advantage clearly for the Antonians. It is the number 7 of Science, Oshan Balasuriya, who unfortunately has to sit in the sin bin for the next 10 minutes. St. Anthony's with advantage. Rakesh Pillai looks to tap and go. There's a bit of a argy-bargy there, not lovely sides, but the referee has the control towards the players, and St. Anthony's.
I wonder if the referee will go for Ispakat, because there was a few words exchanged, but the Science player, I think it was the number 15, Oshada Pereira, who reacted as well, and he's being heavily advised not to do so as well. Here's a penalty. Oshan Gunaratna, Antonians might opt for the scrum. Looks like it'll be a quick tap. Here's the number 20, gives it out wide. Antonians taking the ball into contact right inside the 22 meters. They need to be patient here. They've been down in the 22 meters for such a long time, and that's a very good tackle right to the ball. And Science now have an opportunity to get out of the 22. And that's a brilliant tackle from the flank, Sitar.
Well, it was not good work from Muhammad Faraz, the loose head prop of St. Anthony's. He just barged into the defenders of Science, and he didn't have any control of the ball, and he unfortunately knocks it forward, and the Science scrum half will now have possession or a chance to feed the ball into the scrum and get out of jail.
I thought the Antonians in that penalty would have should have gone for a scrum or a line out. Here's Sasita. He puts the ball to boot yet again. This time he finds a touch inside the 22 meters yet. Thought initially the Antonians would have chosen for the scrum just inside the 22 meters, because there was the quick tap taken. There was plenty of defenders, but in a line out and a scrum, a lot of players are packed together. Hence that leaves a lot of space outside for the backs to run, and the Antonians tried to go pick and go for a long time, but wasn't successful. Science are really lucky to have only conceded one try. The Antonians have been in their half for the last 10 minutes. Here's Tisara with the line out throw in. This time collected by the flanker, forms the rolling maul, gives it out to Pillai. Here's Pillai on charge, gives a backhand pass to Ravindu Velagedara. He takes the ball into contact. Good work from Science. There's options on the left side. Here's Faraz. Yet again this time they go for the open side. Here's Sasindu Senaratne, and the ball holding on. He was isolated, and due to that isolation, the Science fly half was right over the ball, and very correctly so. Referee Callum Sandurwan awards Science with another kick to get out of jail. It doesn't find touch, collected by the Antonians. They have space, but decides to kick. Science bigger under the ball, collects it, runs around the wings. Here's a good run, cut him back in, gives the ball out to his center. He's being held up. Now he has to release because the knee was on the ground. Here's the fullback acting as the scrum half. Scrum half acting as the fly half. Good tussle down the middle. Science, some good attacking ball after such a long time. A lovely cutout pass to the wing. He cuts back in, but he is being held up. He's still being held up, and now they have to release. Science. He has the scrum half in fly half position, gives it out to his big forward. Numbers open on the open side. Here's Science. A lovely work. Here's the winger cutting back in. Puts the chip straight down the throat of the fullback. But the good tackle is equally well as well. And Oshan Gunaratna is taken down inside the 22 meters of the Antonians. Not a really good pass. But the kick doesn't find touch as well. Here's the scrum half. There's a 2-on-1 situation there. Here's the centre for Science, Tuan Mohammed. He takes the ball into contact for the first time in the game. Science are just outside the 22 meters of the Antonians. Good passage of play coming in for Science, and another penalty for not rolling away. Now it will be really interesting to see what they do. They have an easy option of going for the 3 or going for the corner.
Lovely bit of passage from the Science players. With 14 men, they have shown a lot of heart in the final 3-4 minutes that we witnessed in this game, and they now have an opportunity to get some points on the board. It will be their fullback Osha Pereira who will be taking the place kick. Brilliant passage of play, resulting them with getting an advantageous position of a penalty kick coming their way. It is a very easy angle to score from, and here's Osha Pereira lining up, having a clear look at the post. Osha Pereira goes for the kick. Osha Pereira goes through, and that will be the first 3 points for Science. It's St. Anthony 7 and Science 3, and we are heading into the 22nd minute of the game. Good passage of play from Science, leading into them getting 3 points. Brilliant scenes.
This will be a morale booster in favor of Science, because all they have been doing in the first 22 minutes is been defending. They've only really managed to put around about 10 phases rather, but from that 10 phases of attack, they've got 3 points, so it's 7 points to 3. And the Antonians will be really hard on themselves, because they started the game really well. They dominated the first 18 to 20 minutes, but in the last couple of minutes, Science have really come back into the game. Omita Disanayaka to restart. A lovely high hanging kick collected by Science. The ball being dotted inside the own goal area. The referee having a word. Hence it will be a scrum or a line out down center field.
Scrum on track.
Scrum being awarded. The restart going straight inside the own goal area. Science have shown from time to time that they can run from their own half as well if they do need to. They've shown that their line has a lot of speed. They've run around this Antonian wingers a couple of times as well, but the Antonians have held on. They'll be really happy with getting that 3 points. And right after scoring the 3 points, now they get a scrum in favor of themselves inside in center field. Here's the ball given out wide to Sasitha. Inside ball being dropped back. Somehow manages to keep possession of it. Good work from Faraz. Think it's the number 3, Mohammad Faraz, right over the ball. Gives Antonians an opportunity. They'll put this into touch. This is Amita Disanaik, and they'll form that rolling maul. But the ball doesn't find touch, collected by the winger. He returns the favor. And that's out on the full, but it was kicked from inside the 22 meters. Hence, the Antonians will get a line out where they got the penalty.
Dase out. Dase, number 16. 16 out.
Tisara hasn't had the best of days in terms of lineouts today. So St. Anthony's has to gain some momentum back in this game. Science in the last few minutes have been brilliant whenever they've got possession. Yes, they made few errors, but still they've got some points on board, which clearly would have got the pressure that they had early on in the game a bit down. So St. Anthony's have to look to score from here and try their best to put more pressure on Science and keep possession in the hand. Lovely bit of work from the number 10 of St. Anthony's, Omita Disanaik. He chips the ball in the air and he chases it down, and Oshita Pereira was there to collect the ball, and he puts the ball to boot. Here's Lakmina with the ball. What does he do? He tries to kick it as well. Not the best of options taken from Lakmina from that position. He had a few players on the outside. He should have just opted to pass the ball through. This has led Science to get possession back. This is what I was mentioning. St. Anthony should look to keep possession. Science have got points on board. They have the momentum on their back. So any opportunity that they will get from here on, they will be looking to clearly make use of it and score some points, Kavint.
Yes, and what a run from Omita Disanaik. He evaded a couple of players through some lovely steps, and then put the ball to boot and chased it. But Science was doing equally well, and here's the second rolling maul formed by Science. They gained about 15 more meters in the first time around. This time around as well, they've gained about 20, and Rakesh Pillai have managed to rip the ball on, but the referee will go back to the whistle because the Antonian players came in from the side, and clearly it was evident, and the referee had to go for the penalty. And Science now will go for touch, and this will be a really good opportunity because the rolling maul seems to be working, and just because that inside the 22 meters they'll back themselves now to really get this line out correct and form that rolling maul. If they do manage to get this rolling maul done, it will be a very hard battle for the Antonians as the game progresses.
Well, Anthony's having had all the momentum early on in the game with getting a try well inside the 2-minute mark of the game, have fallen apart since then. Science have made their way back into the game. Here's that rolling maul you were talking about. Science have been very strong with it, and they again holds strong in that rolling maul position, slowly trying to drive through, but they go sideways. Still Science with possession with the rolling maul, trying to go all the way towards the try line. Will they break loose? We'll have to look at it, and Science inching towards the try line, brought down by the Antonian defense. Antonian defense have a lot to do from here on. Slowly and steadily, Science are inching towards that try line. Lots of pressure on this Antonian waxer, who has to defend their heart out to keep this away. A try here could have proved to be curtains for the Antonians, but lucky break for the Antonians. The referee has awarded them the ball back. That was looking as if though Science were going for their first try of the game, wasn't it?
Yes, very, very lucky in favor of the Antonians. It was given for sealing off. Here's the rolling ball was initially very well defended by the Antonians, but Science managed to break it through the side, and they then managed to get around 10 more meters in gain line as well, and very unlucky for them. It was a penalty turned over, and now Science seems to be having their heads held high in after the 20th minute mark. They've been in the first 20 minutes is defending. Here's Tisara. Line out aspect of the game needs to improve for the Antonians if they are to make a season out of themselves. This time yet again collected, the ball being knocked down by the Science player, hence advantage being played in favor of the Antonians. Oshan Gunaratna will go for the box kick by the looks of it, and here's the chase coming in. Good kick, and the collection isn't a good one because he slipped at the last moment, and the ball went in touch. Hence, the referee will ask Oshan Gunaratna, the captain of the Antonians, if they want a scrum or a line out, and it will be interesting to see what they go for, because their lineouts haven't been really working in the first 30 minutes of the game. Hence, the scrum will be the right option at the moment, and Antonians in the second half need to really get this line out sorted, because if Science do manage to keep on forming this rolling ball, it will be really difficult for the Antonians to defeat.
Well, the Antonians will be looking to get the ball out from the scrum and head towards that. There are two players on the outside, Lakmina and Minuja.
Standing up was the call from the referee. Science went right up, hence the penalty being given in favor of the Antonians.
We are heading into the final few minutes of this opening half of the Dialog Schools Rugby League's first fixture here at Nittawela. St. Anthony's taking on Science. St. Anthony's got onto a brilliant start, scoring the opening try of the game in the second minute mark. But since then, it has been an evenly contested game with Science getting 3 points on the board.
Both teams have made a lot of mistakes. There was plenty of scrums in this 30 minutes as the number 13 for the Antonians. It is Randir Pereira who puts the ball to boot. Here's another line out in favor of the Antonians. Tisara Galangi needs to get this right and show these Science players that they can form the rolling ball as well. Let's see what they do. The formation in by the backs. They are bunched together, and they'll be looking to run those hard inside running angles by the looks of it. They have veteran Srinath Surya Bandar as their backs coach, and the forwards coach for them is Achala Pereira, who's another brilliant player who played for Sri Lanka as well. As Science put the ball to boot, collected by the Antonians. Here's Gunaratna spreading the ball wide, but the Antonians were right over it, and the penalty being won in favor of Science. He was right over the ball. The Antonians have been isolating players in different areas of the field, and that is clearly why they are giving away these penalties. The isolated players have nothing to do. They try to run by themselves as well, as we see another lovely kick coming in from Oshada Pereira.
Send the mark.
Science will be looking to go ahead on points going into the half-time. They're just a few minutes away, or rather few seconds away as per our clock. We are in the final few seconds of the 35th minute mark, and yes, Science will be looking to get a break from these, and they are forming the rolling maul just in front of the 50-meter line, and they've gained some good meters with it, and Science with advantage, and they go for the quick tap, and St. Anthony's has a lot to work on.
Not 10 meters is the call from the referee, correctly so as well. There he was right over the ball, he was correct, but the 10 meters wasn't back. Hence Science now get an opportunity inside the opposition half, and the penalty, they'll put this into touch and form that rolling maul definitely, because the rolling maul of Science seems to be creating a lot of problems for these Antonians forwards defense. Initially thought it was because the Antonians do contest at line out as well. They in that last line out, there was a couple of jumpers from the Antonians that went up. That means there's about 6 players who are not defending in the line out area, and that kind of leaves space and power in that Science rolling maul to push them through. And here's another opportunity inside the 22 meters, just about 10 meters to gain, and Science Siluna Lianage with the throw in. They'll definitely form the rolling maul if they get this right. There again, and advantage being played in favor of Science, because they made contact with the player in there, and just inches away, and this will be the first try coming in for Science. No, but was well defended from the Antonians. They managed to hold him up, and the referee was always playing advantage. Hence this is the second penalty for offside. They decide to take it quickly. Here's Science. Yet again advantage. I think that was for an high tackle. The third penalty on the trot. The referee will have a warning to the Antonians. There again. Now they go for the line out. The sensible thing to do, as their rolling maul seems to be working. The Antonians are playing with a player down as well. There's one off your screen who's been injured, and now he returns to his pack. There you go. Here's Science. Collects it cleanly this time as well. Gives it out to the number 8. Good work from Rakesh Pillai. Science on the attack yet again. Another penalty coming in for Science, and this time the try has been scored. The second Amana Bank try of the game. Science, they are on the board. Finally, after those nervous first 20 minutes, Science are making a mess out of it, and the Antonians have a lot to do in the line out area. That has been their only downfall here, and good work from Science as they score another try.
Science with an opportunity to go 5 points ahead. They were looking as if they were going to score, and yes, they found a way to score just at the brink of the halftime break. And here's Oshada Pereira lining up for the conversion with an opportunity to get his team 5 points ahead, and it is a clean conversion from Oshada Pereira. Science College 12, St. Anthony 7. Not been great for the Antonians in the last few minutes of the game, and that will be half time. And as our sponsors, Maliban Savory Biscuits, have been the perfect companion for gatherings to celebrate cheerful moments, just like for today's match. So even if you are at home watching the match or cheering right here, grab a pack and share the joy of the game with Maliban Savory Biscuits. So here's St. Anthony's College going down 7 points to 12 in the opening half. Things are not looking so good for the Antonians, especially with the line-out throws. It has been the downfall for them throughout the game. It has been the area which has created Science opportunities to gain possession back and go for those tries. 7 points to 12. Interesting second half coming your way. I beg your pardon, it's 10-7 in favor of Science. Science with a penalty and a try and a conversion. St. Anthony's, on the other hand, just were able to get one try and a conversion through. So 10-7 is the final confirmation of the halftime scores. With that, we'll be going for a short commercial break. On the other hand, we'll be bringing back the second half action of this intriguing encounter, which certainly looks like will go down to the wire. Don't go anywhere, we'll be right back.
Dialog Schools Rugby League.
Number 1 sports channel, and we are back live from Nittawela, where St. Anthony's is hosting Science College here at Nittawela. As Oshada Pereira restarts things, gives it collected by Rakesh Pille. He's had very little to do. He has had a couple of brilliant seasons last year, as the kick is being collected by the scrum half. He has Oshada Pereira running around Ravindhuwela Kedera, puts the ball to boot, not collected by the Antonians, and the try is being scored by Science. The third Damana Bank try coming in for the number 11 winger. This is the captain for today as well, Isuru Vitanage. It was a brilliant run from the fullback, Oshada Pereira. He ran around the and put the ball to boot. And the fullback for the Antonians, it was Lakmina Kalpa, couldn't collect it cleanly. And just like that, the second try for the Science College.
The Antonians are clearly under the pump. Early on in the second half, Science have got a try. Science now with an 8-point lead. 15-7 is the scoreline, and here's the opportunity to make it 17-7. I was going to say St. Anthony's have to do the hard yards and make sure that they keep position in the second half, but that's something they have not done. And here's the number 15 of Science, Oshada Pereira, with the conversion. This time it goes out wide. A bit of a breather for the Antonians. Still, Science College with the lead, keeping the third Amana Bank try. 15 points to 7 is how the score stands right now. St. Anthony's have a lot to work on in front of their home fans. They'll be really disappointed how the game has gone so far since that 5th minute mark.
The Antonians key players like Oshan Gunaratna, Rakesh Pille need to step up, because this is an all-important game for both teams, and a lovely couple of tackle from the Antonians, but Science will put this ball to his fly half. But an injury to an Antonian player. more like a science player.
Well, what's important from an Antonian perspective from here is to keep their calm and composure. They shouldn't be rushing things from here on. Yes, they are down by 8 points, but it's just a matter of a try, a conversion, and maybe 3 more points added to the total of the scoreboard. There's still plenty of time left in the game, so they should be calm and composed in the second half after going down 15 points to 7. On the other hand, Science have all the momentum that they could ask for in their side. So they should keep possession. That's all that they should look for and restrict themselves from committing cardinal errors. And St. Anthony's, as of now, are totally rattled.
They probably might have a scrum four of them. The Antonian key players need to step up. Players like Rakesh Pillai, who had a really good season last year, and he was good at giving those hard tackles. And Tisara Galange, he didn't have a really good game with the line out at the moment, and even Oshan Gunaratne has been well marked by the scrum half and the number 10 of Science, and also the defense when it comes to Ravindu Velagedara, the fullback from Science did manage to outpace him through that 13 channel, and he put the kick, and the Antonians conceded because of that, and the center defense needs to be really well. That was a key aspect when Vidyartha played Joe's last night, because Gayan Pereira and Balasuriya, that center combination was brilliant for them. Did not let any players through, and the Antonians now need to keep their composure. They'll have a scrum inside their own half. They'll look to kick this as well. And Science, the scrum half wearing the number 22 jersey, Methuka Idrisinghe, he's been playing a really smart game, because when the fly half was absent, he plays at that fly half, all important fly half position. When someone like a back joins the ruck, he plays at that fly half position as well. Here's Science trying to run it, puts a high up and under, spots space, beautiful work, and penalty in favor of the Antonians. The kicker, the runner rather, was right in front of the kicker, hence the penalty. The Antonians might put this into touch. This is Randir Pereira with the kick, and for talking back, the referee will award the Science number 6, the flanker Sitara, to the bench. I think he tried to say something smart, but that really backfired for him, and looks like there's going to be another blood bin change as well.
Well, Kavint, if you had noticed early on in the game, it was when Science went down to 14 men, they really came back into the game, because going down by 1 man put a lot of pressure on them, and they coped with the pressure and put lots of pressure back on the Antonians, and now they are down to 14 men again. Here's a golden opportunity for the Antonians to get good meters with the touch kick and also find that try. It is crucial for them to score as soon as they can, because they are down by 8 points.
Yes, the Antonians need to figure out a way to score here, because their lineouts haven't been really on point, but they need to turn that around in the second half. And the scrums have been steady, but we haven't seen any number 8 breaks or hard running angles at the defense. It was only Ravindu Velagedara who scored that only try for the Antonians, that ran a hard line, but the others haven't really had much possession of ball. The Antonians now have a decision to make. Are they going for that
Anthony's penalty is
line out that isn't completely working? And now the referee gives them a cushion of another 10 meters, and Oshan Gunaratna, correctly so, because their line out isn't working, goes for the scrum, and there's plenty of numbers and options, because there's no space in the blind side. Hence the left winger is formed as well, and hence Science is down on a number in the pack. The number 8 for the Antonians have to go to the center field. Good work, good defense from Science on Oshan Gunaratna. Here's Rakesh Pille. The ball was out. Here's Randhir. He's been well dealt with. They need to go for this blind side now. And the ball has been knocked on. Cardinal error.
Has been the case for the Antonians throughout the game. Whenever they've gained some position, whenever they've created some opportunities, they have not been able to get those final touches. They have been committing errors back and forth. A lucky break again for Science from a position where St. Anthony's looked like they could go through to get some put some points on the board, but nevertheless here's another scrum in favor of Science inside their own half. It'll be their number 22, Meduka Edrisinghe, the scrum half, who cleanly collects the ball out of the scrum, and some good work from the Antonian defense, not letting the Science players go through.
It was a good charge down from the winger from Anthony's. But outside the 22 meters, Science now get a line out. Their line out maul has been brilliant so far in the game. We are around that 15-minute mark in the second half, as Siluna Lianage will be acting as the hooker. Good work from Science. Manages to keep possession, but here's opportunity. The Antonians now have plenty of numbers on the right side. They need to send this out really quickly, and inches away. And looking for the pick and go is the Antonians. Oshan Gunaratna has options on his left if he needs to, but he goes to the left as well, and this will be the try coming in for the Antonians, and that will be the second Amana try for Nittawela Gedara. This is what they should have been doing. They should have been attacking at that Antonian Science line rather, and the fourth Amana try of the game, and just like that, Nittawela Gedara gets his second.
St. Anthony's finally have found a way to score the try, to put some points on the board. Since the second minute of the game, they were struggling to find, or rather put some score on the board, and here's a conversion coming their way as well. So if this goes through, St. Anthony's will be equalizing things with Science, and
this is the number 10, Omita Disanayaka, takes a couple of steps, has the distance and the direction as well, and that's the equalizer. Rather, there's a one gap deficit, 15 points to 14. The Antonians strike for the first time in the second half in the 48th minute. Now they need to keep their heads cool. They need to collect this and get out of their own half, play inside the opposition half. A lovely high hanging kick from the Science player, kicks it right down. Good work from Anthony, holds him up. The maul has been called, but needed to release. Not releasing is the call from referee Kalim Sandaruwan. Now this is Oshada Pereira, the fullback for Science, with a lovely touch find inside the 5 meters. The Antonians can't concede from here. They need to get out of jail. They are to stay in the game, but from a Science point of view, this is exactly where they need to be, as there has been a couple of replacements. A new prop finds his way to a hooker rather. His first throw is going to be a very valuable one. The Antonians need to disrupt this. The line out rolling ball rather has been really good from a Science point of view. This time collected and sacked down. Advantage in favor of Science for coming in from the side. And here's another penalty. This is the second penalty. They'll yet again go for touch if like to, and the big man goes over. This is the 5th Amana try coming in for Science. Lovely work. It was quickly taken by the number 1. And the quick tap taken brilliantly.
Well, that's a bit of a conversation going between the referees, the ARs and the standing referee. It will be interesting to see what the decision will be. Not quite sure what they are talking about, but still this could prove to be an important decision taken by the referees, and the Antonian players did seem to complain about something to the referee, and the AR just barged in through to have a word with him. Some tense few seconds. Well. Something interesting. The referee calls back the Science captain. What will this lead to? So as the referee says no try, so St. Anthony's gets out of jail again. Here's that call from the referee. Sandaruwan making an important decision, crucial decision. And St. Anthony's will have the ball as well. Some tense few seconds there, wasn't it, Kavint?
Yes, very. And the kick, the penalty kick, did not find much territory there as well. It's just on the 22 line mark. And the Antonians need to kick this out. The lineouts haven't been really on point so far in the game, but just a point difference, 15 points to 14. This is the closest match of the season so far today. All others have been really one way. Oshan Gurunathna puts a high up and under. Knocks the ball on, gives it out to the Science player and calls it for a forward pass. It was knocked on first by the Science player, but the referee deemed it back that it went backwards, and the pass was deemed a forward as well. The referee having a word. Forward pass call remains, and a scrum centre field for Science. Really lucky from a Science point of view. If that hadn't been a forward pass, it would have surely been a try right under the posts for the Antonians. They need to hold things on for a bit. Here's the scrum off. Methuka gives it to his number 10. Good tackle coming in from Nittawela down the centre, and sealing, not supporting his body weight is the call from the referee, and for saying something, Nittawela now goes to the bin. The man who has been good so far, his defense hasn't been perfect, but his attacking has been good.
More pressure on the Antonians. They're losing one man to the sin bin, especially it being Nittawela who has looked so good today. The best out of the lot for the Antonians, and again the clearance kick was not the best of kicks from St. Anthony's, and Science will have a line out throw coming their way, well inside the 22-meter mark, and this has been the case so far for the Antonians, losing good opportunities, making cardinal errors, and this time Science will be looking to hold possession, will be looking to get another try or some score on the board and put more pressure on the Antonians. As of now, it's just 1 point dividing both the teams, and here's that dangerous rolling maul which they've been so good throughout the day, and they've gained so much meters again. Science looking for another try, looking to add more points onto the board. St. Anthony's holding on, doing their best to not let this Science team go through. This is not something we've seen down the years from the Science players. They always are players known for their quick feet in the broken play, but today they've made use of their body weight, and here they are going for another Amana Bank try. Can they get it?
Number 21, 28.
Advantage being played in favor of Science. Here's the numbers on the outside, and the number 10 goes in again. Good work from the scrum of Methuka Singh. There was only Sasita Kaluarachi on that blind side, and just like that he dots down. This is the 5th Amana Bank try for Science College, and it's 20 points to 14 with the conversion to come. The Antonians, they were right around the rock, but Methuka Singh playing at scrum halfway, wearing the number 22 jersey, identified where the space was. He gave it out to his fly half, who took 2 men, Sasita Kaluarachi, and dotted it down. And this is the fullback, Oshada Pereira, with the conversion. It's 20 points to 14. If the conversion goes through, the Antonians have to score twice. Hence, this is a very important conversion. And the conversion is good as well. What a kick from the fullback. at the distance, at the direction, right down the middle. And now the Antonians do need to score twice. Omita Disanayaka with the restart. Gives collected by the try scorer. Here's Science trying to run from their own half. Good pressure coming in from the Antonians as well. Methuka Edirisinghe will opt for the box kick by the looks of it after composing his things inside the 22 meters. Here's Methuka asking his forwards to do all the hard work.
Number two.
Forwarding troops. Doesn't manage to find touch, but right through the hands of Rakesh Pillai. He's not having a very good game. He has been a game changer in the last couple of seasons, but today he hasn't really had much of an impact.
Well, interesting choice from Rakesh Pillai. He went for that reverse cup position, more like catching a cricket ball. So that was something that you won't expect from a season campaigner like Rakesh Pillai and St. Anthony's. With the position that they are, they can't blame anyone but themselves, because they've created opportunities and they've given away opportunities, and Science have pounced on every mistake that the Antonians have made. 22 points to 14, trailing by 8 points, and not going to be easy for the Antonians to get back into the game.
Another penalty in favor of Science. Sasitha Kaluarachi will put this into touch. Rather, Oshada Pereira. The Antonians have a mountain to climb in the last couple of minutes. And a good territory finder around 20 meters found. Science have a line out. The rolling ball worked brilliantly in the first half for Science. The yellow card hasn't returned as well. They're playing with 14 men.
Well, I've mentioned before that it's clearly very important for these teams to get a win in the first game. So St. Anthony's will have to do everything possible to get a win out of this. It won't be easy. Science have looked so good so far, and all Science have to do is keep possession in the final 10 minutes of the game. And here they are with that rolling ball that they've been so good with throughout the day. And here they come again. Can they go for another Amana Bank try? And this time they break loose from the play. A kick opted from the Science player, but goes out. And
Number 8, side entry.
Sasitha Kaluarachi knew there was a
the referee,
penalty advantage.
the referee calls back play for
Number 8, side
a sideways play from the Antonians. So here's Science still with possession, still with the territory.
Sasitha Kaluarachi knew he had advantage on his side because the rolling ball was so good, and the Antonians were not legally coming in through the middle, and they were coming in through the side. Hence there was the advantage, and that probably would have been why he opted for that cross kick. But the winger had a lot to do because the kick was a touch too overcooked. But now Science have a really good opportunity inside the 5-meter line, and since the rolling ball is working, that will be their option. The ball turned over, still with Science. Options on the blind side. There you go. Here's the try scorer, the number 10, Sasitha Kaluarachi. He takes the ball into contact. Here's the replacement hooker. Good work from the Antonians to hold him off. Thought he was in for all the money, and here's a good counter coming in. The ball being turned over. Lucky from an Antonian point of view. They should kick this, and gets out of jail. Doesn't go to hand. Here's the acting captain. Advantage being played in favor of Science. They weren't 10 meters back. It was from an offside position where the Antonian made the tackle. Hence, here's another opportunity for Science. They'll put this into touch yet again. And for the second consecutive time, they go for touch, and yet again they will form that rolling wall.
Science have the opportunity to seal the deal with another try. Another try here would clearly mean that they will go on victorious from Nittawela to back to Mount Lavinia. There's not enough time for Anthony's to get back into the game, and St. Anthony's have won the ball back up from the line out throw. A lucky break again for them.
Good work from that line out jumper. Good pressure on the kicker as well. Did not manage to find much meters, and they turned it over somehow and got some breathing space. Wasn't much, but then again the kicker was very well charged, and when he made the kick, had he been a second late, would have been curtains for him, as Sasindu Sirunaliyanage will throw in yet again.
Well, these attacks from Science not helping the Antonians cause at all, because we just have 5 to 6 minutes left in the game, and again the Science players form that rolling maul with which they have been so successful with. And here's another Amana bank try for Science. That should be the game for them. They've done the hard yards. They went down early in the game, but since then they've never looked back. And St. Anthony's unfortunately will have to go down in their home soil in this opening fixture of the Dialog Schools Rugby League for them. And the fans are disappointed. The Antonian fans who have turned out in numbers have been disappointed, but the Science fans who have travelled all the way from Mount Lavinia are rejoiced.
Here's the conversion. 27 points to 14. The Antonians need to convert 2 tries if they are to win it. That's a bad kick. Not the one he really wanted. And here's the Antonians rushing back. They have around 5 minutes to play. They need to score twice. This is Omita Disanayaka. The Antonians played the first quarter brilliantly, but since then Science have really come back.
Well, we haven't seen much action on the left side of the screen in the second half at all. It has been all Science towards the Antonian danger end, and here's Lakmina with possession, trying to run through the defense of Science. Can St. Anthony's pull something out of this attack?
Offside is the call from referee. Here's Oshan Gunaratna. He'll put this into touch by the looks of it. If he did not want to take it quickly. Scrum is the option the Antonians opt for. I think that is mainly because their line out isn't working. And there's another change in the front row. Number 18 goes to the bin, and Situm Pereira, wearing the number 34 jersey, has found his way into the Antonian front row. The Antonians need to score this if they are to stay in the game.
5 meters.
Here's another pass quickly taken. Omita Disanayake, he is being brought down well.
Play on.
Ball out is the call from the referee. The Antonians making a mess out of it. There's about 6 players in that ruck. Here's the big man. He's being well dealt with. Here's Gunaratna. Gives it out wide to Rakesh Pille. Pille takes the ball into contact.
Release. Roll ahead.
Options on the right for the Antonians. The new man yet again taking the ball into contact, Situm Pereira. Here's Gunaratna to the young fly half. Lovely cutout pass to the number 8. Good offload. The Antonians keep in possession yet again. Oshan Pereira with a good box kick. The ball has been knocked on. Science play. Here's the danger man, gives it out wide. Looks like it'll be a foot race. There again, Science do manage to keep possession, and the ball has been turned over. Looks like it'll be in favor of the Antonians. They need to take this quickly.
Absolutely, there's not much time left as per our clock. We are heading into the final minute of the game, and anyways, we've had some stoppages, especially with the discussion for that try that the referee had with the AR. So maybe we might have a few more seconds left, and nevertheless, in Anthony's have to really wrap things up and make things fast as possible. And this has not been the best of days for the Antonian. Science have rattled, or rather Science have put so much pressure on the home side, and
the Antonians need to score at least a consolation try, because they'll surely want to go with at least a bonus point if they do even lose. And the bonus point is given for a margin of 7 points. Hence, they need to score another converted try if they are to get that losing bonus point. And Antonians making replacements. This is the number 22, Deshan Lianagi. The replacement fly half. And with the kick, it's Randir Pereira. Antonian player been taken out.
After number 8.
Surely coach Achala Pereira wouldn't be really happy with his forwards, because where this game was lost for the Antonians was at line out time, because Science, whenever they had a line out, they formed a rolling maul, and that rolling maul eventually gave them about 50 to 20 meters in game line in every time, and that really demoralized the Antonian defense, and hence that was why they see themselves trailing at 27 points to 14. But from a Science point of view, traveling all the way uphill and going away with a win in the first game of the season is really good. And that's a lovely touch finder from Randir Pereira. Here's Tisara Galange.
6.
This is probably one of the very few times the Antonians have been in the 22 meters of the Science half. Taken at the 6th spot and forms the rolling ball. Ball being peeled off, and the Antonians have possession. Here's Rakesh Pillai. He's been well dealt with. Oshan Gunaratna gives it out wide to Nittawela Gedara, and the ball has been knocked on, and that really is it that sums up the game. There was a lot of stoppages, there was a lot of knock-ons and silly mistakes from both sides, but at the end of the day, Science do find themselves leading 27 points to 14, and in the dying moments of the game, all Science have to do is not concede any points and keep their calm and not do anything silly.
All Science have to do is keep possession, run the clock down and play it out so the game comes to an end, and we just have to select a man of the match, Kavint, and any selections from you. For me, it was the scrum of Madhuka Idrisinghe, who has been vital throughout the day for the Science players. Do you have any objections?
Yeah, Madhuka has been brilliant with his distribution and finding space, and clearly that was my option as well for the man of the match, and knocks it on yet again. Madhuka has been brilliant. His lines in defense and attack have been really good, and there again the ball knocked on, and Madhuka Idrisinghe have done a really good job at scrum half.
The Antonians will have a lot to reflect on in this game, a lot to work on, especially with the line-out throws. On the other hand, Science will be overjoyed with this victory. They haven't had the best of seasons in the previous 2 seasons, but today they have turned up. They have turned up very well to beat these Antonians in their home backyard, and
was not hooked correctly. It's the call from referee Kellam Sandharwan. And Madhuka Idrisinghe has at occasions played at fly half as well whenever the time presented them, and he's been all over the place, giving away a couple of good try assists as well. And from an Antonian point of view, the big players haven't really stepped up. Players like Rakesh Pillai, Oshan Gunaratna and Nittawela Gedara, they needed to step up their game if they were to make a match of it. And here's Science, a good lovely read and a good tackle. Here's Nittawela Gedara. Here's the acting captain for Science. It is Isuru Vitanage. The Antonians put the ball to boot. It wasn't a very good kick.
Onside.
And the Antonians seeing much space. There again another missed tackle from Rakesh Pillai. Here's Science doing what they do best. Think it will be a penalty coming in from Science as well. Here's the flank. The number 7 taking the ball into contact, keeping possession of ball. The ball was out. Advantage being played in favor of the Antonians. Here's an opportunity, but there's only 3-on-3. Here's Omita Disanayaka. Here's the captain taking the ball into contact. He'll run around a couple of defenders. He has plenty of space to burn. And another lovely kick. Here's Rakesh Pillai. Another kick, a good couple of passages, and He is being bundled into touch. And the Antonians have a line out in their favor.
Well, the Antonians will be itching to get that try, which could lead them to a bonus point, because they somehow need to go out of this game with at least 1 point in the board, and if not, they'll be devastated with this defeat.
Last move.
This will be the last move as per the referee, and Callum Sandarawan has been brilliant throughout the day, hasn't he? With all the calls that he made, he has been communicating well with his AR as well.
So now a huge morale boost for Science. And on the other sides of the matches, Isipatana have managed to score 50 against Sumangala, and Peters have scored 100 against Thurston, and Royal 60 against Kingswood, and DS have scored 37 against Dharmaraja, and the tight game Wesley 21 points to 7 against Zahira, and the most expected and tough game Trinity 24 points to 8 against St. Thomas's Mount Lavinia, and that was the game of the season. So game of the week rather, Trinity taking on St. Thomas's for the Cananaris Deserums trophy, and it looks like Trinity will retain it this season after such a long time.
And on this featured game, St. Anthony's taking on Science in their home soil at Nittawela. They have gone down 27 points to 14. With the final move of the game coming your way, St. Anthony's with a line-out throw. All they could get from this game is a bonus point, and that will what they be looking for to get from this final few minutes. Hasn't been the best of days for the Antonian line-out thrower, or rather the hooker Siluna. I beg your pardon, Tisara Galange, who was the hooker. He hasn't had the best of days, and even the big names like Rakesh Pillai, Oshan Gunaratne, Ravindwala Gedra couldn't really step up to the occasion, and this will put a lot of pressure, and this time it's a clean throw from Tisara. St. Anthony's with possession. St. Anthony's looking to work the ball to the corner, and that was a poor pass from Lakmin, and that should be the game, and that will be the game. Science have pulled out an upset here at Nittawela, beating St. Anthony's in their home soil, and look at the emotions at the center of the field. It's Science traveling all the way from Mount Lavinia, who have pulled out a win for ages. Feeling the heat of the match, chill out folks, grab a Maliban lemon puff with real lemon and no artificial colors or flavors. Maliban lemon puff will keep you chilled all game along. Maliban lemon puff, chillwen lemon. And Science, what a play from them. A disappointing outing for the home side. Going down 27 points to 14. They have a lot to work on. Science will be heading back to Mount Lavinia on their bus. So here are the key stats of the game. Science College 27, St. Anthony's 14. St. Anthony's broke the lock early on by keeping a try in the second minute of the game. It looked as if though they were going to cruise through this match, but Science since that point just pounced back on the Antonians, put so much pressure on them. They scored 4 tries to St. Anthony's 2, and both teams have 2 conversions each, and Science College have 1 penalty on their bank, and the player of the match for today is none other than the scrum of Methuka Edirisinghe, who was a brilliant wherever he was, and he was a key player who demonstrated this win for Science. And yes, a big upset from Nittawela Science beating St. Anthony's 27 points to 14. So that'll be it from us. We'll see you soon with another Dialog Schools Rugby League game. Until then, it's goodbye from me, Kevin and Kavind.